Hi, I'm Phil. Um, we're hanging out on Rat Key here, out in Key West. It's just probably a quarter mile off of Key West. It's a little abandoned island, just a couple acres. Um, I moved down here a few months ago from Michigan. The just economy and everything's terrible, so figured if you're gonna be broke, why not be broke in paradise? So we're down here now, and we're living out on a sailboat. Behind us here is a mooring field. There's just a bunch of people living on boats, and I don't know, it's a new, interesting, different way of life. And our day to day is something most people probably wouldn't think about a lot, but I don't know, it's an adventure. It's an adventure every day, and it's fun. I think you can learn a lot from it, and maybe take the boat out sailing, go see the Caribbean, and I don't know, really get to explore. But anyway, we're on Rat Key. It's this neat little island we just found here, and there's a little camp right here. People are obviously been out here having fires and enjoying themselves. There's some paths and peace signs and neat stuff around, but it's something that everyone should do someday.
Tell them about your sailboat and the dinghy and how you get to and from every day.
Well, we live on a 32-foot O'Day sailboat. It's, like I said, it's out in a mooring field. It's big pieces of concrete anchored down in the ground with a rope tied to it, so your boat doesn't blow or drift away. And that's where we eat, cook, sleep, live. That's our home now. And getting back and forth, it's not like in a slip or in a marina or something like that where we can just walk off land right to our boat. It's out in the actual water. So every day when we come back and forth to land to go to work or get supplies, we have to take a little dinghy, a little tiny 9-foot boat, back and forth to shore. It's our water wheels right there, and it's pretty interesting. It's kind of cool. The city has this mooring field set up. There's some free ones out here that you can do, but we're at the city one because you get showers and bathrooms and stuff like that on land, which is a nice feature to have. So we get dinghy docks. We just take our little dinghy over the docks and tie it up and get into our car or onto our bikes. Really prefer to ride bikes down here. It's a small island and you don't need a lot of cars. It's just a big mess of pollution. So ride our bikes when we can. But I don't know. It's pretty cool. I'll have to show you the boat. It'll be fun.
Tell that little story about what Bush is doing to the redwoods.
Oh man, that's crazy. Frickin' a few years ago, I went on a road trip and around the country and got to see some amazing things. And one of the most amazing things that I think you can see in this country and probably the world is the redwood trees. They're just giant, enormous trees. Some of them are 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years old, older than Jesus. And a couple months after I got to see that, I got a letter from the Sierra Club, which they watch out for all the types of nature and natural lands. And Bush administration had fired the guy that was in charge of the Forest Service, who they monitor the Redwood National Park, Giant Sequoia National Park. I think the other one's called the Humboldt Forest Park or something. Anyway, it's the parks with the redwood trees in it. They're protected forests. Well, he fired the guy that runs that and hired a commercial logger. All around outside of the redwood trees, there's redwood trees that aren't part of the protected areas, and there's people that log them because redwood's a nice wood to have. And so they hired this commercial logger guy who's in charge of the Forest Service now. And then they tried to pass a bill so that they could go through and clean up the forest, just like they do in California. They clean out all the brush and the small trees to try and prevent forest fires. Well, it's total bull, because those redwood trees have been there for thousands of years. They don't need any humans intervening with the way that they live. And cleaning up out there would just, really make an impact on the wildlife out there. It'd be disturbing, the way they've lived for thousands of years. And so he tried passing this bill. Everyone made a big stink about it, and we were getting a petition going around. And originally the bill said that they were going to go through and cut down all trees smaller than 24 inches, and to help the big 20-foot around trees stay alive. And so once the Senate and everything had heard about the stink that people were making, he's like, okay, we'll revise this bill.